Evening, friends, and welcome to another edition of the Artist Spotlight Show. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a wonderful day. And again, this show is being brought to you by Blue Shamrock Record Label, Bunker Bay Barber and Company, Table and Mike Productions, as well as Eagle Street Corporation up in Nashville, North Carolina, and Music Dreams USA Radio. It's your friend Russell K, and thank you so much for joining us. And we've got a treat for you this evening. Stuart and Katrina are in the house. They are they're like a two-man band if you want, and they have a brand new album we'll talk about. We'll talk about those songs. How did they begin? What are some of the craziest things that ever happened in the music industry? And what are they doing today? And what do they think about the music today? So and many more. Sit back and relax. Here comes the Artist Spotlight Show. And without any further ado delay, let's welcome our special guests, Stuart and Katrina. My friends, I know it seems like it's been ages, but welcome to the show. Finally, we got you back on. And how are you doing?
Thanks so much.
We're great.
We're doing great. Good to see you, Russell.
Yeah, thank you, Russell. We're excited. We've had a few technical hiccups,
Yeah,
but yeah, we're
it's
happy to be.
so great to have you back. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
what part of Australia are you guys in right now?
We're in the deep south, is what we like to call it, which is a place called Melbourne, which is at the bottom of Australia.
Yeah, well, not quite because we're not in Tasmania.
No,
but yeah.
no, the bottom of the mainland.
But yeah.
As such. So it's the middle of winter
hmm
here right now.
Yeah,
It's,
and morning.
well-
It's morning.
It is.
hmm
So let me make sure I heard that right. You're in the deep south and you're going through
Of
winter?
Australia.
Yes.
Correct.
How can
And
that
it's
be?
morning.
It's the wonders of the hemispheres.
And I had an early start because I was up watching the World Cup, the soccer.
Oh yeah, let's talk a little World Cup. What do you think
Well,
about the teams that are left? Who you want to win?
Well, so I'm Irish, so pretty much anyone but England, which is looking, it's obviously on the card.
Oh,
So
spoiler alert.
yeah, I know. Sorry, spoiler alert to anybody. You might have to block your ears.
So, as somebody who's from Dublin, the World Cup is a sacred thing so far as Katrina is concerned. So, I know less about soccer than Katrina, but I have watched a number of matches and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of words, Russell, that are not fit for broadcast.
Especially not live.
Oh, I forgot to tell you before we went live. This is a family show.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're all right.
Well, it was a family show. I mean, what can I tell you, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's so great to have you on the show, and I couldn't wait to get you back, and here you are. Special thank you to Stephen Brady.
Mhm.
He and I have been together for years on the Art Spotlight Show, and he always has some great guests for us. So a special thank you to Stephen Brady and Blue Shamrock Record Label. So let's begin our show this evening.
Mhm.
If both of you can maybe go individually and maybe talk about, how did you begin in the music industry, and who was one of your biggest influencers, and what did they say to you, and how are you applying that today? Ladies before
Okay.
gentlemen, Stuart.
Yeah. No. I think the
wow.
invitation is to you. I mean, I'm thinking of your band
Oh,
in
ladies for
Dublin.
Oh, well, so I've really only been doing this seriously for the last few years since I met this person. Before that, I was just, I'd play guitar and sing around the house, or just, as a lot of Irish people do in family gatherings. And I have a big family that's quite musical, and we would have, the Irish sessions and sing-alongs. And I always liked to sing and play guitar, but that was really as far as it went, apart from, maybe in youth groups I would do sing-alongs, and I had, school bands that didn't get particularly far. And then, I had my kids and family, and then had a marriage breakdown, 6 years ago. And then we met, and Stuart has been much more into music and songwriting, and we got together. And so it's kind of gone from there. so much more.
I think she's being modest, Russell. I'm just going to call that out right at the.
No.
I've seen footage of Katrina when she was a teenager, with her electric guitar and a big mess of hair, like a classic 1980s mullet. And,
it wasn't a mullet.
And performing like a Dubliners song, "Don't Get Married, Girls,"
Yeah.
in a church, which is not really
Church hall.
Yeah. And it's not really, it's incongruous with the setting.
Yeah, that's not really the message we were given at Catholic school. Don't get married, girls. But you know, it was my party piece. Most Irish people have a party piece, and that was mine. Don't get married, girls. When I was 15, 16.
So she was quite the thing to say. I didn't know her then, but she was quite the thing.
I did revisit it again for a while in my mid 40s. Don't get married, girls.
So how'd you guys meet?
How do we meet? We met, as most bands do, Russell, on the internet, on an internet dating website. I believe Led Zeppelin met the same way. So we met on an internet dating site, and then we decided we should form a band together to annoy Katrina's children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been an incredible success in that sense. They are quite annoyed.
Yes. They love to.
No, it's funny you say that, right? Because my girlfriend, when I first met her, she's DJ Patty C, and she's part of our. She's actually one of the owners of the station, so I got to talk good about her. But I was doing a show just like this, right? And I'm noted for my hats. I have some different hats that I wear on the shows, or if I'm DJing, emceeing live, or if I'm doing a live remote, or the case may be. I'm always wearing one of these hats. And so one day she reaches out to me and she goes, "I like your hat." So she sent me a picture of her. She says, "I like your hat." I'm like, dang, this girl's hot. so I'm like, I got to reach back out to her. So I reached back out to her, and one thing led to another. Going through many dog houses, and in and out of the dog house, and one minute you're good, the next minute you're not. But that's okay in DJ Patty C. But let's get back to you guys. So, all right, Stuart, how did it happen for you?
Well, look, I've been playing in bands and more importantly, writing songs since I was sort of 14, since I was a kid. And then I was doing a Band of Rain as a project by myself. And like everyone who's doing a solo project in their home studio, Russell, I was just really trying to be Prince. That's true for everyone. But we met in 2021, and it seemed inevitable that, as well as being a couple, that we would work on music together. And that really changed the way that we wrote and the music that we created. So it became very much about music that we were performing live as well. And that's where the direction really was more into the sort of country and folk, tapping into our shared ancestry in terms of Irish traditional music as well as country music. So it really changed the way we wrote. And that was really a product of performing. And so we've done a couple of albums like that together now. We had an album called Country and Western Suburbs. That was the first sort of step into that direction. And then the new one, Here's Trouble.
Let's talk about those albums. Let's take maybe one at a time. And a few questions for you, if I may. What does your songwriting look like when you both collaborate on putting together songs, so on and so forth? Is it done on just past experiences? Or is there, like, I know some artists say they have a computer with all these words. They kind of like take the words, match to the beats of the music, and then next wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, they got a song. And so what does that look like for you?
That sounds so sophisticated.
Yeah.
That sounds like some sort of Brian Eno level stuff. No, I think our songs fall into a couple of different categories. So some are really ideas that we take to the nth degree. So on the new record, there's a song called Here's Trouble. I'm Trouble, sorry.
I'm Trouble, yeah.
And that's just about that idea and all the variances. It's like, it's like taking a ball into the backyard. You smack it around in every direction.
It's a bit of wordplay.
A lot of wordplay. Yeah. But then there are more personal songs as well. And in the middle of the new record, there's a song called The Painter's Daughter, which is about Katrina's dad.
Yeah.
and he passed in July 2020.
Yes, it's almost his anniversary. Yeah.
And I never met him. He passed away before Katrina and I met. But that's a song that Katrina sings, and that's very personal and really a tribute to him. So there are lots of different reasons, lots of different ways to write.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll sit there together exchanging ideas. Sometimes I might start something and Katrina will finish it.
Mm.
And that was the way with the Painter's Daughter. So lots of different directions. Sometimes we will be playing somewhere and there's a theme. So we're a part of a folk music club called the Newport Fiddle and Folk Club.
Yes.
They have these theme nights, and the theme might be heavenly bodies.
Yeah.
And you know that everyone's going to bring a song about the moon or the stars, but we decided, we're going to write a song. Well, in that instance, we wrote a song called The Lonely Planet. No one sings about Uranus. So you're sort of writing to an idea.
Yeah.
As such. So we like those sort of challenges as well. But
Mm-hmm.
every which way, I think.
Yeah. So sometimes we'll write songs with a humor to them. Sometimes they're more serious, more personal, like The Painter's Daughter.
Mm.
And my day job is as an editor. So sometimes what I'll do is like if Stuart will write the lyrics and then I will look at them and kind of have a go at reshaping them or tweak them a little bit, because it's what I do with words. And it's
you make them better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And sometimes through the songs, we'll be telling our own story.
Yeah.
As such. So, there's a song called Lost Time,
Mm.
where we take a verse each, and then we sing the chorus together. But the opening line of that song is, show me the photos that live on your phone. And I think if you meet someone a little bit later in life, there is that thing of how do you catch up on all the time that you missed? And I think a really common phenomenon is that you go through your phone and show photos and share footage and catch up. And then that was the experience for us.
And I think especially now that we've got social media, and on Facebook, you have that memory that comes up every day with showing photos from, every day, every year from a specific date. And for the first couple of years, I'd be saying to Stuart, hey, check out this photo from last year and the year before and the year before that. And it was a good way to kind of show them the kids growing up. And so that was a thing that we kind of were doing. And so that became a song. And for Stuart, it was also him showing me songs that he'd written, because he'd been writing songs for a long time. And his story is in a lot of the songs he'd written. And in fact, some of the songs that we've done have been newer versions of older songs that he'd written, like Say Amen is one of the songs and Nevermind. We've kind of revamped older versions of songs of his, and so whether it's doing a harmony on it or
we're telling our story.
So there's kind of different ways that they've become ours, or a way of telling our story. And a lot of that is that story of meeting somebody in middle age and getting to know each other, but also bringing on different aspects, because we've both had marriages that have ended, and we have different versions of that story. And that actually comes out a bit in the new album. There's different songs related to that. So
What are some of your favorite songs on either or? I mean, you have two albums, so pick your poison there. What are some of your favorite songs, and why are they so special to you?
Well, I really like Can I Have a Midlife Crisis Too, which is on
Country and Western
Suburbs. And part of the reason I like that is it's a bit cathartic to sing it. So that's kind of the, midlife crises kind of tend to be in the domain of men. That's a bit of a generalization, but often the woman is the one who has to kind of pick up the pieces, and it's just a bit of a tongue-in-cheek song. It's fun to sing, but it's also the story of that song and how that came to be. We were walking one day, and Stuart said to me, "Oh, for this album, we need a Katrina song. We need a song that's your story and for you to sing." And I said, "Oh, well, I kind of had this idea for a song, Can I Have a Midlife Crisis Too?" And he said, "That's a really good idea." And by the time we got home from our walk, we had a verse and a chorus. So it was really, it was a fun song to write. It's a fun song to sing. And it's just, I think it's a song that a lot of women of a certain age can relate to. And yeah, it's just the whole thing about it, the way we wrote it, the way we approach it, and to sing it, it's just fun and joyful and funny and yeah, tongue in cheek.
I will pick The Painter's Daughter from His Trouble, in that the memory of how we wrote that is so strong for me, and that I started it and I couldn't finish it. And we woke up, there was one night where one of the kids was a little bit out of sorts, and so it was a disrupted night's sleep. And I woke up at 6 a.m. and I thought, I'm going to finish that song off. And Katrina had the same idea, and we sat there and we wrote it together. And from the first time she sang it, there was the goosebumps thing. And we've played it played it a lot of times since. What I didn't understand, Russell, was that if you play a song and people are having fun and it's joyful, they come up and they're smiling afterwards. But if you play a song that moves them emotionally, they come up and they look angry because they're upset as such. So the first,
it's actually concern.
No.
Not anger, it's concern.
But the first time it happened, Katrina sang it was a couple hundred people, and it was a really beautiful moment. But people came up and they looked almost angry, but they were just emotionally affected by hearing Katrina sing.
And the other thing that about that song is that Stuart wrote a lot of the lyrics for that song, and he was the driving force behind it, because he knew that I wanted to write a song dedicated to my dad. And he managed to get so much of my dad's memory into that song and my feelings for my dad without having ever met him, because he listens when I talk about him and when my mum talks about him, and it's just amazing. I mean, we wrote it together, but it was like Stuart was the driving force behind it, and it's a man he's never even met before. So that just says a lot about who Stuart is as a person as well, that he listens so much to when we talk about my dad, and that he was able to sometimes I forget that he never met my dad, that he could do that. So it's such it's a lovely song to have to sing. When I sing it, I almost leave my body. It's one of those, I feel like my dad's with me, and it's a song, and it's The Painter's Daughter. My dad was a painter, obviously, but it's about the reminders that people leave behind. And often men, particularly Irish men, they're not necessarily overly showy in their affections. My dad could be, but the ways that they show love and affection is in the things that they do. You know, they'll paint your house, or they'll fix your taps, or they'll do all of those things. And so when they're no longer there, the walls that he painted are still there, and the colors are still there, and so those reminders are still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that song's about. Yeah. So it's special.
That's
special.
awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. I mean, that was so neat. So let's talk about your musical career, like where you are right now today. Where do you see yourselves in 2 years from now?
Let's see, where do we see ourselves in 3 years from now? So there'll be more music. And I think, we've just released a record, but the next one's almost written. And I think we're going to try and get it together for something we've got a Christmas song we've written.
Yeah.
And so there'll be lots of, there'll be lots of music. And I think we've played a lot. So we play, once or twice a week. So just playing more, getting better, but also just connecting with more people. So we've got a video coming out in the next sort of month or so for the song I'm Trouble, which we shot a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I think just reaching more people but I think the most important thing for us is just to still get joy out of the writing and the performing.
Yeah. It's a lovely thing to do. It's something that I never expected to be at this stage of my life doing music like this. When I was a teenager, I had visions of, being a musician or a singer, and that didn't happen. And to do this now, whether or not, I mean, it's nice when people listen, and it's lovely to do interviews and to speak to people who on the other side of the world who are listening to our music. And it's lovely, but it's nice to be creating and singing songs that we've written ourselves. That's lovely in itself, but it's just so wonderful that people are listening to the music, and
I think we're still getting a lot of fun out of it. So you will have like open mic nights and all that sort of stuff. So we go to a lot of those. And there's a real joy in turning up with a guitar, and Katrina plays a barrel, which is the Irish drum. And so we're noisy when we play, like we sing harmony together, and we're loud. And there's a real joy in turning up and playing somewhere unexpected and impacting a group of people. So that's still a lot of fun for us. So in 3 years, I think probably more people. More people, better songs, more records, just continuing to find joy in it.
Yeah, and although we do mostly originals when we do those performances, we do love to do the occasional almost original version of a cover. So we'll do it. So we have a main version of It's Raining Men that we do with the guitar and the baron. That's really...
So I don't know if you've ever heard an Irish country version of It's Raining Men, if you can imagine that, but it's...
I got to hear that song. I got to hear that.
Yeah, well, we do have a version of it on our YouTube channel.
There might be some sneaky footage on YouTube.
Also, this one, there's a really cool version of Drop It Like It's Hot. So we do that with the guitar and the baron. We do kind of cut. We have to obviously modify some of the lyrics.
I do make some modifications.
Are you guys talking about the songs like "Drop Like It's Hot"? Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it like it's hot, like it's hot.
We do a version of that.
Well, I'm just going to say Snoop Dogg is a genius.
Yeah.
And whilst I can't use,
I am still loving this interview, man.
Snoop Dogg's a genius. The other thing, Russell, is that
we're talking about Restream, man. Then we're talking about drop it, drop it, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it like it's hot.
Snoop Dogg and I are the exact same age, and there are a lot of other similarities between us. But the lyrics are absolute genius. Like it's just so clever, and it's such a great song. But we do a modified version of it, and you know that thing we talked about, surprising people. We like to surprise people, and we will bring that into a set if the mood is right.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
Actually, the song on the album, the diss track one is.
Oh, that's right. Well, one of the songs on his Trouble, we wrote a sort of a country song called "I Wrote a Diss Track," which is dedicated to our friends Drake and Kendrick Lamar. We thought so. We'll pretend that we're doubles tennis partners with them or something like that. But we wrote a country song about a hip hop feud, which we like to do.
We'd like to get in on the act.
But all those people are brilliant. But we're just jealous of the fact of all the attention that they can garner by criticizing each other. So we thought we'll just try and inject ourselves. Like it makes sense. Drake, Kendrick Lamar, middle-aged country group from the other side of the world. It's a natural threesome.
Since you guys are a team, right?
Yep.
Describe your duo in 4 words. How would you describe your musical journey as a team in 4 words?
Let's see.
I'll give you 5.
Do you go with something like alt, country, folk, punk, mayhem?
Yes.
There are so many words to choose from, Russell.
If we can add a 6, I'd go bonkers. No, not bonkers, but yeah, we do have harmonies as well. So
yes,
I'd go with harmonies too. Put harmonies in there somewhere. And put the little editor insert.
Well, harmonies doesn't count as a word.
I know. Harmonizing.
It sits over.
Yeah. Umbrella term.
Yes.
I love those answers. Now, let me ask you this. You're getting ready to go on stage together as the dynamic duo. And do you do any pre-rituals to get ready for the big show? And that's the first part of the question. Then the second part of that question would be, how do you read a crowd? And what are some of the tricks that you use, without giving away the family recipe, how you actually read those crowds? They're actually getting into the music you're playing.
Well, in terms of getting ready to go on stage, and I don't want to share too much of a secret, but the secret that all the big acts use to get ready and get in the mood, animal sacrifice.
There's usually a lot of wrangling to get out the door, get the kid, either get the, if the kids are coming with us, there's 4 of them, getting them either ready to come with us, which is no mean feat because they're always late, and or getting them ready. One of them is 13 and the others are in their 20s, but they've got different issues, and so it's kind of getting ready to leave them. If they're coming with us, there's usually a bit of wrangling to get them out the door, so that by the time we get to where we're going, it's usually just a we made it.
I think it's really about making sure the gear is sorted, and that we're ready to get on really quickly, and ready to roll.
We're actually really good at getting on stage really quickly, so it's really just making sure everything's set up. A lot of multitasking, and then we if we're watching, especially if we're on like a place where there's other acts on before us, we'll watch to see what songs are going down well, and we'll usually gauge whether people are into the fast tempo stuff or the slower mellow stuff, and we might kind of adjust what we'd plan to do. But usually most of what we're doing is running around like headless chooks or headless chickens trying to get there on time and get out the door. So that's usually actually our ritual.
I think just in terms of reading the room, one of the things that we've learnt from playing so much is using the stage to talk as we're setting up. So we don't just stand there and plug ourselves in. We'll make an announcement. We'll make a fake announcement about someone's car being double parked and being towed. We'll tell people that we're drawing the raffle numbers
while we're doing sound checks.
So we'll just do things just to engage the audience before we've played a note. So once I made the mistake of what did I do? That's right. We were going to play a cover of a country sort of version of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. And I introduced it as a Kenny Rogers song, which backfired because somebody stood up and said, "I love Kenny Rogers." So a
bit of misdirection.
Misdirect the audience in order to get their attention. As such, and just to make it.
It usually works, but in that instance, people were expecting Kenny Rogers, and we didn't have any Kenny Rogers.
We did not deliver. We disappointed someone.
They're happy with the Billie Eilish song.
They were.
We do like to do kind of different versions of covers when we do a cover. It's just not quite what people would expect.
Yes.
If I were to come to your show for the very first time, what can I expect?
What can you expect?
Energy.
There'll be a lot of energy. There'll be a lot of there'll be a lot of energy. There'll be some sweat. Yours and ours.
We like to have fun. But we also, I think there's a lot of energy and emotion in what we do, a lot of heart. So we'll have some songs with a lot of humor and a lot of up-tempo stuff, but then we can also the songs that we've got a lot of emotion in songs, as you probably guessed with The Painter's Daughter, but we've got a lot of duets that we sing that are about our story, and we really put a lot of ourselves into those songs. So there's a lot of kind of light and shade. There's up-tempo and there's kind of down emotional weight to what we do as well. So I think we really put a lot of ourselves into our performances and into our songs.
So we just did our local festival a couple of weeks ago. So there's some footage from that local festival
and more to come. I've actually got to upload some more
on our YouTube page, and what you'll see in that is that the crowd is on side. So it's a crowd of people that mostly we don't know. But they're clapping along. Katrina's got a drum. It's high energy, but it's joyous. People are celebrating as such. If people want to see what it's like, then the YouTube page has a couple of bits of footage.
Website, I'll put some more up there too.
Yes.
We've got a website.
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
What is the funniest thing?
When the cable came out of the guitar?
Oh my goodness. We were playing somewhere, and every guitarist who's watching will understand this, but I stood on my own cable and disconnected myself midway through an acoustic guitar solo. It was in the middle of It's Raining Men.
Yes, it was.
And Katrina, so it's going very fast. And there's a lot of playing, and I managed to pick up the lead, plug myself back in before it was time to continue singing. and just the fact of plugging back in earned a round of applause from the people in the audience.
And that had a big reaction. So that was at an open mic. It was a big room. There were people at the front who were there for the music, people at the back. It was in a pub, they were just there for dinner. And we had that experience where people kind of stopped and came in to listen. Then you lost your sound. I kept going on the bar on, and all these people just started cheering, and they were dancing and singing along. And yeah, that was fun and funny, and yeah, everyone was cheering and applauding because the mic. Yeah,
I think the most unexpected experience is playing somewhere locally, and the room might have 20 people, and then 50 people come running in when you start playing. Depending on the level of energy that we're putting out, and so we've had that experience a few times, which is always great.
And some of the other kind of in a different vein. So I've got 4 kids, and I've got twin boys who are autistic. And Ryan, one of the boys, they both like to kind of tease us about the music, and they'll pretend that they'll say, oh, you're the worst band ever, and blah blah blah. And so Ryan will heckle us while we're on stage, and he'll say, oh, worst band ever. And so we will say, when he does that in front of people, we'll say, this is Ryan, he's our manager. So he loves
must well be.
Well, yeah. So that's always fun.
Yes.
How did you get in contact with Stephen Brady, and what has he done for your career?
Yeah, well, I think we'd seen some of Stephen's work with other artists, and one of the challenges for us as independent artists is how do you make sure that people are aware that your music exists. So we'd seen the great work that he'd done with other people, and so we reached out and said these are the things that we would like to do, and he was immediately helpful. In terms of being able to connect us and really ensuring that the things that we were putting out found an audience as such. So that's been the great benefit of working with Stephen, is just the ability to help the things that we were making find an audience, as opposed to simply sit online without anyone discovering it.
Yeah, it's been
a joy.
Yeah, it's been a fun kind of journey.
Yes.
What's the best advice you've ever gotten?
The best advice, let's see, what is the best advice?
Music-wise, or just in general?
Whatever floats your boat.
I'm going to say the best advice I've ever got, and it was too late when I received this, always use a licensed dentist. Never go DIY with dentistry. Like if you've got a wisdom tooth that needs removal, go to a licensed
Don't
dentist.
do it yourself.
That's the mistake I made, Russell.
He says that because last year he had really, really, really serious surgery on his jaw. Like it was really bad. But obviously he didn't do it himself. But yeah,
it felt like
it was
I did
really
it
bad. Yeah, it was awful. But yeah.
You, Katrina?
Well, there's a few. There's do you know what's stuck in my head now?
No.
There was a show in Ireland. Well, it's still on, but it's one of the most long-running talk shows. It's the Late Late Show. And in the 80s, there was an episode on it where I think it was Rosalie Menahan. She sang a song, and it started off really seriously, but then the chorus was "Soap your arse and slide backwards up a rainbow," and basically it just means. Sorry, I've said that. I shouldn't have said that, but
It's okay.
having joy, like finding the joy in things, and not let people get to you. And that was my dad's motto, but not in so many words. It's just if people are like, don't let the begrudgers get you down. Don't let people get you down.
Keep going.
Keep going. Like I said before, I never thought I'd be in a position to be doing music like this. And a few years ago, I went through quite a tough time. My father passed away in 2020, in July of 2020, and Christmas of that year, my marriage ended, and everything just seemed quite difficult and hard. And then by August of the following year, I met Stuart. And so when things seem really dark, there's kind of I'm very lucky in that regard. I know it's not always the same for everybody, but it's just, I was able to keep going, and good things have happened. So,
just to put that in context, Russell, that sentiment on the Late Late Show was expressed in song.
Yes.
So it was a song
Yes.
About sliding backwards up a rainbow.
Yes.
As such.
It was a song. Yeah. And
So
it's on YouTube. And
I would definitely recommend that people listen to that song.
And you were Drop It Like It Was Hot. Drop It Like It's Hot.
Yeah.
Well, Snoop has, I don't think those two have ever collaborated, but Snoop has done Australian music from time to time. I know he did a version of Red Right Hand by Nick Cave. So, strange collaborations are a good thing. Unexpected collaborations are a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about music nowadays in the country scene? Do you like it? You don't like it? What do you think?
You know what? One of the things that's happened over the past period of time is everyone can make a record. And that's incredibly significant. What it means is that people who would never have had a look in, who would never have been able to put out a record, can now put out a record. So what it means is that there are a lot more women who can be heard. There are a lot more people who wouldn't have been picked up by a record company.
Mm-hmm.
More people have a chance to use their voice. So that is a very good thing. It means that there's a lot more content, and it means that there'll be a lot more stuff that you don't like, but there'll be more stuff that you do like. So I think with regards to, there's always great music. Finding it, I think, is harder, and being able to find that great music is a bit more challenging than it used to be. But I will say this. I could go forever without seeing another album cover that was not AI generated.
Yeah.
I think, just a little bit back off the AI album covers.
And the AI music.
Yeah.
I think I heard the other day that the top song on Australian radio last week was AI generated.
It's alleged.
Oh, alleged.
It's denied.
Alleged. Okay.
So that's important.
Yes, okay. Oh, yes, it is important. But yeah, which is kind of sad, it's I can understand people getting a little bit of help now and then with, to flesh things out. But
But there's always great music. So in terms of country in particular, I think it's really interesting that the country is definitely having a moment in terms of that emphasis on storytelling, that there's a real place for that. There's a real place, whilst there's lots of great electronic music in the world, that place for people in a room with guitars and pianos and drums and organs and bass, that there's a real hunger for that authenticity as well, for that kind of authenticity. So obviously, there's a lot of very, very commercial, very slick stuff that may not, might appeal to some, but doesn't really have as much of an emotional connection. But I think there's always lots of great music.
Yeah.
It's just finding it is always the trick, but it's there.
So I heard you say and talk about AI. Do you feel like that's threatening your musical career, or you're like, we're going to keep on going?
Oh, look, I think people will always feel the need to make music as such. So just in the same way that people have always made music, whether or not they're signed to a record label or not, it's a compulsion.
Yeah.
It's about expression, and there'll always be that need for expression will never be replaced. I think there are some, and I think it'll be interesting to see what the reaction to that kind of competition is. Does it create an incentive for people to tell more interesting stories or not? So I don't think it's a disincentive. Obviously, there is a concern about transparency. There is a concern about intellectual property theft, to train AI models and proper compensation and all those sort of things. But human beings will always feel the need to do certain things.
And I guess the other side of it is people will always use the tools that are available, so they'll make different use of things,
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we'll still be writing our songs, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to think of things that the AI program will never think of. Only we can tell our story.
Yeah.
I know we talked about a lot of different things this evening, and thank you both for being here. And it's always a good time, talking to you folks, and can't wait to have you back again. But before we go, let's give the stage to both of you. I know, as I mentioned, we spoke about a lot of different topics. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our audience?
Katrina, do you wish to go first?
No, you go.
All right. Well, look, I think we want to say thanks so much
Yeah.
for having us and for listening to our story and for taking an interest in our songs. And yeah, we're so grateful and that people are watching tonight, and that some people will go and have a listen to the tunes. I will say that just I do want to apologize for the Elon song. We wrote a song about Elon Musk. I just want to make it clear, Russell, that we're still open to collaborating with him in a duet at some future point. I hope he views it as constructive criticism.
You know what? It's funny you say that. Before Katrina goes, I do the morning show, and would you not know that Elon Musk is one of my characters that I use on the Russell K and soon to be Heather morning show. So good old Elon Musk is one of our characters.
Really? Oh well, now you've got some theme music.
Yeah.
So
You
yes,
still want those, Stuart? You gotta send me that song. You should send me that song so when we bring back up on the character part, we can actually do that and play your song.
Oh.
we'll pop that through. It is on the new record,
Yes.
and but I'll send you through the file.
All right, Miss Katrina. The show
Well,
is
I just want to say thank you for giving us a chance to talk to you today about our music. It's been a lot of fun. I started the interview talking about the football, and I'm probably bringing it back to it because I'm going to be experiencing a letdown now that it's almost over. So this is kind of helping to bridge that gap that's coming, because I've had the last month filled with soccer, and it's been really lovely to talk to you. And it's just lovely to get the chance to talk about our music, because as you probably heard, the kids just don't want to hear about it, and it's nice to talk to somebody about our music. And just really appreciate it.
And really appreciate your audience as well. Thanks,
yes,
Russell.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, my friends. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And again, a special thank you to Stephen Brady and Blue Shamrock Record Label for allowed us, to have you on the show. And all the best, in your amazing musical career. And just keep on rocking. And I'm sure we'll be back next. I can see it already now. Next time we have on the show, we'll probably talk about album number 4.
Absolutely, we'd love to do that.
Yeah, but again, thank you so much for your time, and blessings to you and your family, and you guys take care.
Thanks Russell. Thank you.
All right, that was Stuart and Katrina, and they're all the way up from the southern part of Australia and near Melbourne. And again, special thank you to Stephen Brady and Blue Shamrock Record Label, Music Dreams USA Radio Worldwide. We play everything for everyone. And Cable and Mike Productions, as well as Eagle Street Corporation. They're up in Nashville, North Carolina, and Barker Bay Barber and Company. And those are our sponsors for the show. And if you want to get on the show, send us a request, info.musicdreamsusa@gmail.com. It's your friend Russell K. wishing you and yours a very pleasant good evening. Thank you so much for watching our Spotlight Show. We'll see you next time right here on Music Dreams USA Radio. Good night, everyone. Have a great day.